Hello friends, we are discussing the Hackerrank linked list module. Today we will solve a very basic question, which is the reverse the linked list. So reversing of the linked list means there is a linked list given and we have to reverse the linked list. So for reversal of the linked list, let's say the linked list earlier was given 1 to 3. Now the linked list will be 3 to 1. So for the reversal of the linked list, let's take an example. There are many ways by which the reversal can take place. What I am doing is the in place reversal. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4 is the linked list, and let's say this is the head pointer. Fine. So what I want to make this 1 as the last node and 4 as the first node, and all the next fields to be reversed. So for doing so, let's take the 3 pointers. One is the previous pointer, another one is the current pointer, and another one is the next pointer. So n is representing the next. So c is the current, p is previous, and n is next. I'm initializing this p to null because if the current node is the first node, there will be no previous node, so previous node is null. So initially the current node is at first node and next node is at second one. I'm saying that the c dot next is equals to p. So if I'm making this c dot next equals to p, in that case, the next field of node number 1 will become null. Then after doing so, I am making p to point to the current node, I'm making c to point to the next node, and n to point to the next node to n. So these have been shifted ahead. After this, I'm doing the same thing. I'm saying that the next field of current should point to the P node. So 2 will now take the address of P node. And after this, I'll shift these P, C, and N as earlier. So now this P, C, N has shifted. I'll once again say that the next field of C should point to the previous node. So 3 now takes the address of the node containing the data 2. Once again, I'll do the shifting, and P, C, and N will be shifted ahead. P comes here, C comes here, and when N is shifted ahead, N becomes null because C was pointing to N was pointing to the last node. So when I have incremented this becomes null. I'll once again do the same thing. N will now take the address of the previous node. C will take the address of the previous node. So 4 now takes the address of 3 node. After this, I'll once again make the shiftings. P now points to the C node. C now points to the next node. It means C has become null. But since N has already become null, I cannot increment this N. So once C becomes null, my process can stop. So since my process is stopped, what you can see that the 4 points to 3, 3 points to 2, 2 points to 1, and the next field of 1 is null. So our work is done, but except one thing, that 4 is the new head node. So I should say that head is equals to 4. So what is 4? 4 is P node. So hence I will say that head is equals to P towards the end. So this is the process that we have to employ. Let's try to run this code. Let's try to write this code. This will be very, very simple code. So here this linked list is given, which has the first node's address as L list. So let's say P is the previous pointer, which is null. Then I'm having this C pointer, that is the current pointer, that will take the address of the first node. And then I have the next pointer that will be, sorry, this is star n. N will be equals to list.next. It means this is the second node. So I'm going to work on this by the time C is not equal to null. What I'm going to do, I'll say that p.next will be C. C.next will be P. the next field of the current node will point to the previous node. And then the shifting of this C, P and N. So first P takes the address what C takes, then C takes the address what N takes, and N goes to the next node by N is equals to N dot next. But we have seen that when we are doing the last shifting, the shifting of N will be conditional because N would have become null at that time. So if N is not null, then only you should increment this N. After this, you will say that your linked list has reversed. The only thing that is required to be done is that head should now take the address of head is here, L list. L list should take the address of the previous node, and you should return the L list also. So we have done the reverse process. Let's try to run this code. You can see that all the sample test cases have got passed, and all other test cases have also got passed. Thanks for watching. We'll solve another problem in the next video.